Have you ever boarded a plane and heard the same announcement every time?
Please switch your phone to airplane mode.
Most people follow the instruction without thinking much about it. But have you ever wondered why airplane mode even exists in the first place? What could a tiny smartphone possibly do to a massive aircraft flying thousands of feet in the air? Could a phone really interfere with a plane? The answer is a little more complicated than you might think. Some people believe airplane mode exists because phones could actually crash a plane, but that's not exactly true. Modern aircraft are incredibly well shielded against electronic interference. Your phone alone isn't powerful enough to bring down an airplane. The real reason airplane mode exists has more to do with preventing unnecessary radio signals from interfering with communication systems. To understand why airplane mode exists, we need to look at how smartphones communicate. Your phone is constantly sending and receiving signals. It connects to cell towers, Wi-Fi networks, Bluetooth devices, and sometimes even GPS satellites. When you're on the ground, your phone connects to the nearest cell tower to send messages, make calls, and access the internet. As you move around, your phone quietly switches from one cell tower to another. This process is called a handoff. Most of the time, you don't even notice it happening. But airplanes travel very differently than cars. A commercial airplane can fly at 500 to 600 miles per hour and climb thousands of feet into the sky in just a few minutes. As the aircraft moves quickly across the landscape, your phone would begin trying to connect to multiple towers at once. Instead of staying connected to one tower, it constantly searches for the next signal. Now imagine that happening with hundreds of phones on the same airplane. Every device trying to connect to towers on the ground at the same time. Those signals can create extra radio noise that may interfere with the aircraft's communication systems. Modern airplanes are heavily protected against interference, so the risk of serious problems is extremely small. But aviation safety works on a simple principle. If there's even a small chance something could interfere with critical systems, it's better to eliminate that risk completely. That's where airplane mode comes in. Airplane mode disables the phone's cellular transmitter. This stops the device from trying to connect to towers on the ground. Without those signals constantly searching for a connection, the potential for interference is greatly reduced. Originally, this rule was created decades ago when phones and aircraft electronics were far less advanced. Back then, interference was a bigger concern. Today, aircraft systems are much more robust. In fact, you might have noticed that many flights now allow passengers to turn Wi-Fi back on during the flight. So how does that work if phones aren't supposed to send signals? The answer is that airplane Wi-Fi works very differently from cellular networks. Instead of connecting to towers like your phone normally would, the aircraft uses its own communication system. Some planes connect to satellites orbiting high above the Earth. Others connect to special ground stations designed specifically for aircraft. Passengers then connect to the airplane's onboard network, rather than directly to cell towers. This allows people to use the internet safely while flying. Airplane mode mainly disables the cellular radio while still allowing Wi-Fi or Bluetooth if the airline permits it. There's also another small benefit to airplane mode: battery life. When a phone is thousands of feet in the air and far away from cell towers, it keeps searching for a signal. That constant searching can drain the battery very quickly. Airplane mode stops the phone from constantly hunting for a connection, which helps conserve power. So the next time you're on a flight and you switch your phone to airplane mode, remember, it's not because your phone could bring down the plane. It's simply a precaution designed to reduce unnecessary radio signals and keep communication systems running smoothly. A small step that helps ensure everything in the cockpit works exactly the way it should. And that's why airplane mode exists. If you enjoy learning about the hidden science behind everyday things, make sure to subscribe to Curiosity Explained for more videos that explain how the world works.